changing the needle threader on a baby lock machine. This is the needle threader itself. The little hook is in here. This goes inside of an assembly. And we're going to be disengaging that assembly and installing this new threader. So first, the tools that you probably want to use are a small screwdriver. This is size 0. And some people use a dental hook, typically with a little hook end like that. Either one or both, they have benefits and drawbacks. So first, the assembly is right here. There is a spring located in here. Let's see. It holds the assembly. It's right here. I usually take this small screwdriver, get underneath the spring, pull it toward myself, raise it up, and disengage the spring, letting it spring back to the back. Next thing we got to do is disengage the C-clip that holds the assembly on. That's located right here at the bottom of the threader assembly. And what you'll want to do is get your screwdriver in the C-clip and kind of pry it off, making sure that your other hand is holding the C-clip so it doesn't shoot across the room and you end up losing it. So I'm going to do that with the camera off and then come back. Okay, so once you've popped off that clip, just set it aside somewhere safe, and we're going to take the screwdriver, put it under the coil of the spring, and kind of twist and lower the assembly down. You can kind of use the screwdriver to pop it down just a little bit. Then take it with your hand and just kind of pull down. The whole assembly will come out, and you'll see this, the new threader is right there. The assembly actually swings like this. It's made up of a few pieces. You can figure out how all it works and take it apart and everything, but for ease of changing it, I would just leave everything together, take off the old one, bring the new one, and you can see this points downward. The hook will be over to the right, and you just put the new threader, slide it on, rotate it in so that the holes line up, and then we're going to be putting it back up onto the shaft. Okay, once you've got the assembly lined up on the shaft, you just push it back up until it just kind of holds in place. You're going to need to bring that spring to the front and hook it back on, as well as get this little bump on the top of this shaft here up into the track. That is right up in here. It has to ride back and forth in there, otherwise the threader won't work. So, next thing we need to do is get that spring. So, I am going to stick my screwdriver in, grab the spring, pull it to the front, and hook it down over. Let's see if I can position this so you can see it somewhat. I grab a hold of the spring, pull it toward the front, push my assembly up, and hook that spring right in. Now, before pushing the assembly all the way up, we have to make sure that that button is up in that track as we push it up. Snap it into place. And there should be room at the bottom here for us to put our clip back on. And we know that everything is back in place. Now the best way to put these clips back on, well, first put some paper or something over this opening so that if your clip does fall down, you're not having to dismantle the entire machine to try and hunt for it. A piece of batting or something is a good option because it'll keep the clip from bouncing around and onto the floor. Once you have the clip up on that shaft, you want to lock it into place, and the best way to do that is with some needle nose. There. It's locked back on. Now everything should work. If it still doesn't line up properly, you may have to adjust the stopping point of the threader itself so that it stops in the correct vertical position, so that it's not too high in the eye of the needle or above the eye of the needle or below. And that's adjusted by the stop block on the needle bar shaft. I'll go over that in a different video. But more often than not, you just have to replace this threader because the threader hook itself is bent, like this one is a bit, and then it should go ahead and work. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.